Hey there, welcome back friends. In this video we will try to integrate the support of Hibernate into our existing application. Now as we know that our current application is a Maven application, so let us quickly open the pom.xml file, and inside this pom.xml file we will add the dependency for Hibernate and yet another dependency. Alright, so in here we have this pom.xml file. Let me minimize this. Let me open up Google. And in here, if we simply Google for Hibernate Maven, it will give us the first search result for Hibernate core. Click on the first search result, and in here definitely there are like multiple versions. Go with the latest version. In my case, the latest version is 5.3.7. In here, let me copy this particular part which will add the dependency. Let me open up our project and let me add in the dependency for our Hibernate. So that's one thing. Let me format things a little. Alright, apart from Hibernate, as we are making use of MySQL, we will require a connector jar which will help us to connect with the database, right? So again, let me open up Google and search for MySQL Maven, and the first search result would be MySQL connector Java. So click on the first search result and download the latest version of the connector jar. In my case, the latest version is 8.0.13. So let me click on this particular link, and again let me copy this particular dependency. Let me minimize this and let me add in this dependency again. Let me format things a little. Alright, so now let me quickly show you the changes. If I show you Java resources, we have this Maven dependencies, and let me expand this. In here we would be able to see this connector jar, and apart from that we will be able to see Hibernate related jars again. So this is nice. Now friends, moving forward, there is something known as Hibernate configuration file. So let us check a sample. So in here, if we navigate to our website, we have this sample Hibernate configuration XML file. You can simply Google for Hibernate cfg.xml, or you can navigate to this URL which is studyeasy.org/hibernate-configuration-xml, and you will get this particular sample XML file. And you can also like come to studyeasy.org and search for Hibernate XML, and again you would be able to see this link for Hibernate configuration XML file. Alright, so in here let me copy this particular part. First of all, let me minimize this, and inside this particular folder, source main resources, inside the resources folder, let us create a XML file. So let me click on other. Let me search for XML. Let me expand this a little. Alright, so in here we have this option of XML file. Let me create a new XML file, and the name of the XML file is important. So give the name as standard name, which is hibernate.cfg.xml. This is the standard name which should be used. Let me click on finished. Alright, and now again let me navigate to our website. Let me copy this particular part. Let me minimize and let me replace the content. Now friends, this particular configuration is the default configuration. There might be some small little changes which you need to do for your deployment, right? So first of all, check the driver. Now the MySQL driver may change time to time. As a result, let me quickly show you from where we can get this particular property. So it would be inside our Maven dependency. Inside this dependency we have the connector jar, and here we go. So check out this particular package which says com.mysql.cj.jdbc. So definitely the link changed a little, right? So here is the driver class. Let me copy the fully qualified name and let me paste in the value in here. And let me remove this .class extension, we don't need it. So here is the updated what we say fully qualified name for the current version of MySQL connector jar. So similarly, the path may vary, so it's good to check out the class, check out the dependency once before using the configuration. Alright, so that's one thing. Apart from that, let us also quickly check the dialect. So in here we have this hibernate core. Inside this hibernate core we will have a package by the name of dialect. Let me show you. Here is the dialect. And do we have the dialect for MySQL dialect? Let me show you. Alright, so we have the MySQL dialect, which is great, not an issue. Alright, so now this is good. Apart from these two settings, we also have the settings for our database connectivity. First thing is the URL. Now this URL will definitely change based on the environment you are using, and if you are making use of a local machine. For example, in here we are making use of a local machine. In that case, the URL will be localhost:3306 based on the port number you are using, and then this test is nothing but the name of the schema which you are using. So let me show you. In here we can navigate to database, manage connection. 127.0.0.1 is the IP for localhost, so localhost will work properly, not an issue. 3306 is the port, which is again not a problem. Let me test the connection. Password is root. Alright, so connection is successful. Our username and password is root, which is a terrible username and a terrible password. Always use strong username, strong password. But for demonstration purposes, and as I am making use of a local system, I am making use of root username password. Never use root password or very easy password in your production. Never use easy passwords when you deploy your application in production. So take a note of it. Alright. And apart from that, let me also show you the name of the schema. The name of the schema is showroom. So let me fix the issues. Name of the schema would be showroom. Username, password are good. Alright, so I guess we are done with the configuration. Alright, now moving forward, we will add in the DAO layer in our application in our next video, and using the DAO layer we would be able to start communicating with the database. So interesting stuff is coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.